Call this meeting of New Iberia City Council to order. We have the prayer and the pledge led by Council Mayor Pro Tem Dan Doyle.
And for his son. Lord, thank you for the men and the women who has listened to your call to serve the people. I thank you for your gifts and all the blessings you gave us. Let our words be compassionate and caring and allow them to influence many lives. May this time of service lead us to a greater knowledge of you and your mighty work. As our new mayor and council members look to take office, give us a fresh strength to do our job. Amen. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilmember Natalie Rovan. Councilmember Peggy Rack.
Please.
Councilmember Robert Swear.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dan Doyle.
Here.
Councilmember David Merrow.
Here.
Councilmember Raymond Lewis. And Councilmember Calvin Jacobs.
Here.
Mayor Curry, you have a quorum.
Thank you. At this time, I would ask you to please strike agenda item 3B from your agenda. Mr. Lewis is not able to attend the meeting this evening. Also, if you would please put your phones on vibrate before we begin. The first agenda item is public comment, and it's an opportunity for the public to address the council on any agenda item. There's no discussion. I don't think that we have any cards that were completed. So we'll move on to agenda item 2, which is acceptance of the minutes of the November 15th, 2016 meeting as published on Friday, November 25th, 2016.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Doyle, second by Mr. Rack. Is there any discussion? Any objection? No objection, motion carries. The next agenda is persons to address the council and point of privilege. The first person to address the council is Mr. David Merrill from District 4.
Hello, how you doing? First, I want to thank God for allowing me to be here today and for me to be able to serve the 8 years that I've served the city of New Iberia. First, I want to say I love the city I'm in, and I love addressing every issue that I've addressed through the whole 8 years that I've been here. And I want to thank everyone that's involved in the city, Mr. Landry, all of the departments that helped me to be able to do the job that I have done. Another thing I want to do is make sure that I thank Ms. Hilda Curry. You know, she's done a good job, I think, through the time she's been here. And we've had some good times, and we've had some bad times. I recall some of the bad times being when we had to let some people go off of their jobs. We had a serious deficit in the city, and that wasn't happy for me at that time. It was right around the holidays, and I know a lot of people was pretty much feeling that. And so we had to do some things that we needed to do to adjust the budget and to be able to do what we had to do. And I just want to let all the other people that's coming on the council, the new members, know sometimes you have to do some of those things to be able to get the job done. And all the time it's not good times. But we've had a lot of good times on the council, and I've had a lot of good times in New Iberia. I want to thank Ms. Jane Brew also because she helped me to be able to do a couple of projects that really needed to be done. One, when I came on the council, with the light on Jefferson Terrace and Dale Street. And I talked to the parish president at the time, Mr. Freeyu, and he had agreement with me to be able to get the parish to pay for half of it at the time. And thanks to Ms. Jane Bro looking into grants, we ended up getting a grant that took care of that and the sidewalks that were placed on Jefferson Terrace as well. And Ms. Jane Bro, I want to thank you for that. And you're a well-needed adversary, and I hope the next council uses her because she has a good experience at finding different grants to help us to move forward on things we need in the city. Mr. Landry, I want to thank you as well. Every time I've came to you, called you, you've always been there for me, and I appreciate it. Same thing with the rest of the council members. I appreciate everything you have done. Miss Sandra, I'm going to miss you. You've been a blessing to me, just like a mom in a lot of ways. And I just want to tell everybody, you know, that for us to make it in New Iberia, we have to learn how to work together, especially with the parish and all other entities in New Iberia. And that's what I want to see what happens with the new council and the new members. And I also want to let you know that Deidre Ledbetter is the one that took my seat. And I really like her a lot. I helped her to try to win this election, and I'm going to help her to transition into my district. I'm going to do whatever I can to help her. And we're going to stay in contact with one another and also talk to the new mayor-elect, and he's going to allow Deidre to keep doing the neighborhood watch meetings with me, helping her at the Slyman. So I want to let that go out to all the constituents out there and to you guys who have city council neighborhood watch meetings in your district. We're trying to get this thing to be something bigger than what it is. We have a lot of issues in town, and I think safety is one of them that we all need to look at as a very important issue. There's a lot of neighborhood watch meetings that have started since I've been doing this. It's been over 5 years, and it's been a good 5 years. My people trust it, they like it, they come, they're interested. And we've had a lot of issues in our neighborhoods on that side of town where people have spoken up and police have came out and they've identified people in people's yards stealing and stuff, and that was things they wasn't doing before. So I feel good about that to help the people look at it, because the police have a job to do, but they won't be able to do their job effectively if we don't, in the community, start speaking up about some of the things that we see in our neighborhoods that bring attention to crime and everything else that we're dealing with right now. Our city is in a transition period right now, and we need to work together as citizens in all parts of New Iberia to help to try to bring this city back to a level where it needs to be, and a greater city than what I knew it could be. And once again, I want to let you know, all the people that helped me out as far as when I ran in this last race, I want to thank everybody. And I know my point got across in New Iberia, and I'm just going to keep doing what I can to stay involved in the city. And I got a call last Tuesday and asking me that my name came up to be considered for a new task force that's going to be with the Levy District Board. And I told them I'd be very much interested. And also for the people also knowing, I'm on the Acadiana Human Service District Board representing the medical services for the citizens of New Iberia and the kids in that service. So I want you guys to know about that. That way, if anyone you know that's not getting the correct services that they need, please contact me. My number is still available. You can call me anytime you need. And I just want to thank you all again. I want to tell everybody to have a happy and a Merry Christmas. And I want to say thank you all guys for letting me serve. Thank you.
Thank you, David. It's been a pleasure working with you. The next agenda item is Agenda Item 4. Madam Clerk, letters from Planning and Zoning.
A recommendation for final approval relative to the property belonging to Mitchell Holdings LLC located in Section 38, T12S, R6E, within the city limits of New Iberia, Iberia Parish, Louisiana.
Motion by Mr. Merrill, second by Mr. Bagno. Is there any discussion? Any objection? No objection, motion carries. The next agenda item, Madam Clerk, is a resolution.
A resolution consenting to Iberia Parish, including the city of New Iberia, within the scope of its ordinance, providing for ambulance services on a sole provider basis within Iberia Parish.
Motion by Mr. Doyle, a second by Mr. Bagno. And we have Mr. Errol Babineau here this evening. I didn't know if he wanted to make any comments. He's with Acadian Ambulance.
We can't, it gotta be city limits in Iberia, man, it can't be Iberia Parish.
It's the whole parish. It's the whole parish.
parish.
No, but every municipality in the parish has to approve it.
And this is a renewal to what was done 3 years ago. 3 years was his initial term, and we have 2 3-year renewals. And this is the first of the 2 3-year renewals. But just a brief history, we've been in New Iberia for 42 years now. That's when I began with Acadian. And we hope to be here another 42 years. And I think we've been a good corporate steward and participating with the city however we can and when we can, and also taking care of those people that don't have the finances to deal with it. And we've always been able to take care of them, never had a problem with that. So if any of you have any issues in the future that we can help with, please give me a call. I'd be more than happy to address them.
Thank you very much. Mr. Dahl?
Earlier, the mayor, that if this was an ordinance or it was a franchise agreement.
It's an ordinance,
It's an ordinance.
yes.
It's with the parish.
Yeah.
So it's through the parish, but
Yes.
each municipality has to pass a resolution.
Thank you.
And the parish president just wanted to renew your commitment because people change over and just wanted to do it again to assure everybody was still on board.
I want to say something to Mr. Babineau. I want to thank y'all for the service that y'all have given personally to me. I was in a situation last week where I couldn't get off the floor. Could not. I stayed down on the floor too long with the Christmas tree. Then I laid down, made the mistake with my back end, with the bottom. Couldn't get up. They came in a timely manner. They did not break my door. They came in and they did a good service, and it wasn't the first time. I really appreciate the way they handled me, and I'm pretty sure they handled my constituent in the same manner.
Thank you so much for letting me know that.
Thank you to your workers.
I will, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I'd ask you please, oops, did you have something?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'd ask you please vote your machines. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Thank you for providing the service to the city.
Thank you so much.
The next agenda item, Madam Clerk, is a resolution.
A resolution authorizing Mayor Hilda D. Curry to sign the 2017 application packet from the State Revolving Loan Fund, the wastewater facilities, through the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, DEQ, for the City of New Iberia's wastewater department.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Sweeter, second by Mr. Merrill. And Mr. Palumbo's here if y'all have any questions concerning the loan
we
and
explain what
and
it's
the
all about?
projects.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Can you explain what it's about?
Yes.
Is it what
They
we do
they
every
want you
year?
to explain the projects that,
We, in October, we presented before the council a pre-application package for the same loan, SRF monies at 0.95% interest. This is the full application now. The pre-application was approved. Now we're moving forward to the full application, and the state wanted a second resolution of support, basically, from you all. So that's all it is, continuation of the original pre-application.
What are we
wanna-
doing with this? Refresh my memory, 'cause I don't remember.
yeah, I was gonna ask him to
It's,
tell which projects.
Bayard Street sewer expansion project, that's one of the projects. Squirrel Run Pump Station upgrade is another project. The equalization basin levees at the T-Bayou plant need some attention right now.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the corpus of this, and we have some capacity issues, hydraulic capacity issues in the Acadian Acres area we're going to look at, and one on Beaver Street that we're having some problems with that we need to take care of. And then just some equipment acquisition, a few dollars for equipment acquisition. We need to replace some 30-year-old equipment.
And the Anderson Street by Katie Simon, did that fall into that category?
Not directly, not right now. No, we did some work in that area in the past. Everything seems to be working much better now. The Anderson Iberia pump station back there, we've changed and installed some bigger pumps with a deeper.
Yeah, I want to get a chance to say, this last rain, I was on the other end of town and I was flooded in some areas. When I came to my area, I was shocked. There was no water.
Good,
When did
good.
it rain? Sunday, Monday?
Yeah, that's
I
you
mean,
can.
Amador was flooded, and usually if you cry on my street, it floods.
I wish I could take credit for that, but that's going to be Mr. Leroy's
I know, but I'm just
department.
saying,
So.
while I had the chance, and I want to thank Mr. Leroy for taking over the pump. We had me and him toured it, and he told me how it worked and what, so forth and so on. So it must be working good, because they had no water, Mr. Leroy, and you too. Thank you.
And that's a
Vince, I
testament
got it.
to you all as
No
well.
water.
When you know when they're gonna start on the Bayou Street project on that?
Bayard Street, well, we have to get the money approved. It's been pre-approved. This is going to be the next step. Typically, it takes about 6 months for this final application to go through unless we push. So
later
hopefully,
in the 2017 sometime?
oh, definitely. Probably toward the latter part. Now we have to get engineering done.
Okay.
Find right away if we have to get right away, which can hold projects up. But hopefully, we can be in the state easement along Amador. So we have everything in place to move forward. We just have to get the funding.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I'd ask you please vote your machines. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much, Mr. Palumbo. Okay, at this time, I'd ask for a motion to expand the agenda to add a resolution for the roof project in the parks so that the work can begin. Motion by Mr. Swear, second by Mr. Rack. Is there anyone that objects to expanding the agenda? Okay, motion carries. Madam Clerk, you want to read this resolution?
A resolution awarding bid to Roofing Solutions LLC for the New Iberia City Parks roofing project.
And the bid was for $78,100. Motion by Mr. Swear, second by Mr. Rack. Is there any?
Both roofs.
Oh, it was for three, for
Three, the
City
new
Park,
building, too.
West End Park, and the senior citizen
Senior
building.
citizen, yeah.
Mary, do we have any other people who did the project?
That was on the
This
list.
was it, it's only bid, but that's it.
And that's the only one we asked, or they had?
No, that's all that we've got.
Advertised.
Yeah, we advertised for it.
Now, Mayor, with all the vandalism in the park, I would recommend that when they're working on one place, that you get some kind of security guard for the materials. They've been having some bad vandalism in those parks, all three of them, I
Yeah,
think.
that'll be up to the construction company's gonna have to take care of that, but we'll look into it.
Okay, we just remind them.
Okay,
Thank you.
anyone else? Okay, ask you please vote your machines. Motion carries unanimously. I have a few announcements. The next city council meeting will be held on Tuesday, December the 20th, 2016. New Iberia Christmas Parade will be held Saturday, December the 10th. The lighting of the tree will be at 5:30 here in the plaza in front of City Hall. Also, and the parade. The parade starts at 6 o'clock. The lighting of the tree is at 5:30. And Mr. Rack asked me to announce for individuals to be careful when they drive down Iberia Street because there's quite a bit of construction in that area.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Can we-
Yes.
Can we add one?
Sure.
I overlooked it. This Saturday morning, if anyone is interested with grandchildren or children, you can go online. Les Jeunes Amis is having their breakfast with Santa at Catholic High, which is really fun for the kids. And then also the Chamber of Commerce is having their Very Berry Christmas Quest, which is a wonderful event as well. I've done it every year where you go all around the city and all the local businesses participate. So if anyone's looking for anything to do with their kids or grandkids this weekend, we have two great opportunities to do that within the city.
Great, thank you.
Can I make one more?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Why not?
Sure.
Thank you. I just want to make a comment, a thank you to Mr. Leroy Landry and the mayor. We spoke while, if most of you may have been noticing that they're doing some striping on Lewis Street. They're restriping the road all the way down Lewis. And while they were doing it, I asked if we could have a turn lane put into Bilo's parking lot when they crossed over Parkview. And the state agreed that they could make that for us, so that is in the works. That's
It's
coming.
in the works.
So thank you all for that, for working
Thank
with
you,
the state on that.
Mr. Bagnell. All right,
And
and Mr. Swear and
That's it?
I need a second.
second.
Oh, second.
Mr. Bagnell.
We didn't get a second?
Okay,
They just wanted to end.
I think this is a record.